Now going over to the political part podcast, you have Vivek on Democrats introducing a bill that would take away the Secret Service from Trump. Now this comes to us thanks to Vivek's ex-Twitter profile. And he says, quote, "The swamp is hell-bent on keeping Trump out of office. First they sued him, then they prosecuted him, then they tried to take him off the ballot. None of it worked, and now they're going to try to strip him of Secret Security protection. Secret Service protection. I wonder what they're rooting for." And this looks like this is Vivek over on Fox News, which is somehow still in business, which is interesting. Let's see here.
This system, the swamp, will stop at nothing to keep this man out of office. That's what they've made clear. First, they tried to sue him. When that didn't work, they prosecuted him. When that didn't work, they tried to remove him from the ballot. When none of it worked, they're now denying him Secret Service protection. Ask yourself what outcome they're actually rooting for. This is ugly. This is un-American. And I think they're being much more transparent about to what extent they're willing to go to achieve their single-minded objective. And it's disgusting, Jesse. And the best way to protect against bad outcomes is to call that out, which is why we have a responsibility to call this nonsense out as we see it. This system, the swamp.
Again, I don't know why. Maybe Elon thinks this is a feature, not a bug, a common joke in IT. But the videos always seem to repeat themselves automatically. But nevertheless, yeah, it's quite fascinating that they want to remove the Secret Service protection. And the Secret Service has the big benefit of the resource allocation as well as the vast amount of data that the government gets. And they get more data than anyone, bar none. So even if Trump were to get a third party or get some private security, you could have some exceptional like ex-Marines. You could build out the best team on the planet. You could hire Academy, which, well, Triple Canopy is now the parent company that bought out the entities that last legally owned Blackwater. You can buy the best of breed private sector security, but unless you have the government feeds for all the data, you're still going to have a huge disadvantage. Now, this went pretty viral. Got 740,000 views and 17,000 likes, which is not too shabby. Not the best like ratio for Vivek, but still a fair amount. Now, one of the first comments comes from Paul Zupa. Oh, I see our favorite contrarian leftists poking out from the bottom there. So obviously we'll read his comment too. Now, Paul Zupa says, quote, "It's clear that the establishment is trying to do to Trump. They see him as a huge threat to their livelihood and ability to make trillions on war. So they'll do anything to make sure that doesn't happen. Absolutely anything. That the ends justify the means for them." I'm quoting 238 likes, which is a horrifying methodology or philosophy to live by. And a leftist school teacher, when I was growing up in elementary school, which again, homeschool your kids to the love of God, she brainwashed pretty much most of my class to actually believe that the ends justifies the means, which obviously it doesn't, because they basically removes any morality from society. If they say the ends justifies the means, it just destroys society. Imagine if your family is starving and you need a loaf of bread. The only way you're going to go kill the baker because you don't have money, instead of getting a job, you're saying, well, like, the end justifies the means. It's okay because it's for the family. I mean, that's just one example. There's myriad of them. But yeah, that's not a good methodology to live by, though. If you think differently, I'd love to hear your opinion. You have Luke Zaleski, our favorite contrarian leftist, wearing, pathetically, this is, you can kind of also guess, or you know his character. His big claim to fame that he pins on his profile is he actually wrote an article for GQ where he actually critiqued parents having young boys play football. He's one of those folks. And he wears a V-neck. All men should always suit up, obviously. You saw Vivek. He looks sharper, obviously, because he has a suit. Now, Luke Zaleski does say, quote, "You'll never convince any MAGA that they are not both the victim and the hero in everything. In fact, the core nature of many Trumpers is an absolute absence of self-awareness married to an absolute abundance of self-centeredness, a boundless, overconfident, belligerent expression of id." Though I don't think he's talking about id Software, which makes some of the coolest games, bar none. Hashtag Doom is great since, Carmichael's a genius. But nevertheless, that was mostly mentally vacuous. But again, people did agree with him. He did get 3 likes. Now, not to brag, but one of my videos last week did get 5 likes, as you might say. It went pretty viral, to say the least. And another friendly reminder to take the 1/10 of a second to like this video. Or if you already did, leave a comment. Or if you already did, share it with a friend or an enemy. Might be a good way to piss them off. You never know. Now, got a little fun, what is this, an advertisement from Laura Trump? Let's see. You also have Philip Anderson saying, quote, "The Biden Democrats want to kill Trump. It's time they say it out loud. Modern day Democrat Party isn't the Democrat Party of 20 years ago." These people are stone cold communists. They will silence you, prosecute you, bankrupt you, imprison you, and even kill you by force. I got 498 likes, which, yeah, a lot of my friends who were left growing up, a lot of them have moved to the middle or right, but they tell me, well, it's true, they didn't move, but the political party, the Democrat Party, just kept moving more and more left. So it's gotten to the point where it's unrecognizable. And granted, most Republicans are just rhinos, or pejoratively known as Republican in name only, so it's not much hope to vote that way either, which, why, if I had unlimited resource allocation, I would put money into a third-party libertarian candidate, but unfortunately you would need a vast amount of resources, not just money, you need time, people to actually realistically make that happen. Now, scrolling down, you have, what is this? John William Lawrence saying, quote, gee, I wonder why. And Morgan Freeman says, quote, I'm going to post this video every day until the election. Looks like, is this the Capitol? Yeah, so this is the Capitol. They got 30 views, but it's a video of the Capitol, what is it called, the riot? Insurrection? Interestingly enough, I wonder if they're going to show the police actually, actually allowing people in the building and guiding them through, or they're going to talk about Ray Epps, but nevertheless. Scrolling down, you have Brad Miller saying, quote, this is the government the founders warned us about, getting 73 likes. Yeah, if you just paid I can't think that every time we pay taxes every year. There's a time where the government had no income tax. And now, in some parts of the country, you're paying over 53% income tax. Actually, more, yeah. So the federal tax is about 40%. Then some states steal up to, tax, totally different, up to 13%, I believe in California. Then when you want to buy something, that's another 6 to 10% of sales tax. Then you have electric tax, internet tax. You got capital gains tax, you want to invest in the stock market. You have water tax, property tax. There's just so many. And what do you get from it? Yeah, the founding fathers would be disappointed, to say the least. With property tax being one of the biggest scams of all time. You already bought the property, and you have to pay forever. Ridiculous. Now, Lace says, quote, Trump will win the election, but they'll never allow him back in power. Buckle up, folks, getting 78 likes. Let's see here. Toyoko says Trump is being treated completely unfairly. And there's a picture, video Nick Fuentes getting 8 likes. James Lynette said, quote, you called these shenanigans back in December. Let's see here. Got 65 likes, video of Vivek. Let's see here. Eric Pizzi says, quote, it's obvious what they want to happen. They honestly think a former president, especially one who is hated as much as Trump by the left, wouldn't be in danger. They want him to in danger. They got 40 likes. So let's see here. Daniel Glenn Timmons says, quote, I used to have doubts about the CIA murdering JFK. I no longer have that doubt. Got 40 likes. They got 40 likes. Is that an advertisement? No, it's an advertisement. Matthew J. Show says, quote, Vivek, the Republic is in free fall. The Marxists are running the world wild. Getting 80 likes. Let's see here. Planet of Memes says, quote, there is no evil they won't stoop to. Getting 48 likes. So overwhelming positive feedback or agreement. And yeah, will be interesting to see if they actually strip him of the Secret Service. A lot of people would also call this election interference because that's going to require more resource allocation for his campaign funds. That'll subsequently you need that to bolster your security. Again, even if you spend all your money on that, it still won't be as good because you don't have those security feeds from the government. And the type of intelligence gatherance that they have is quite remarkable, to say the least. And without that, it's a huge disadvantage. So, let me know. Do you think, are you surprised at all that they actually are trying to get rid of the protection? And again, there are a lot of violent people out there, especially leftists. Do you think someone actually would take it into their own hands to actually get rid of Trump? Do you think that's out of the realm of possibility, especially if you have that big green light saying, oh yeah, there's no more Secret Service? Let me know. As always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that like button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.